Hi, I'm Curious Vedant, and welcome to season 4 of my podcast. Today, my guest is Achla. Achla is the co founder of Let's Live Together, a puppy rescue program with a mission to uplift homeless dogs against breed discrimination in India. Let's Live Together has saved over 4,000 homeless puppies, found foster homes to over 2,000 dogs, and has conducted over 260 puppy adoption camps. Hi, Achula. Welcome to my show.
Hi Vedant, thank you for having me over.
Yeah, it's really nice. I saw the pictures of dogs on your website. They look so cute.
Thank you.
So, Achla, I'm curious to know why and how you came up with the idea to start Let's Live Together.
Okay, so I started when I was quite young, Vedant. I was only about 13, 14 when I actually started rescuing puppies from the street. And it was my mother who got me my first puppy from the street. So when I was back from school on a particular day, it was my mother who actually had got home a puppy from the street that she picked up. And for some reason, I didn't want to keep the puppy, but I actually promised my mom that I'll find that puppy a home. And I did. So I called all her friends and I started asking if auntie wanted a puppy. And that's how I found that puppy a home. And after that, I started collecting a lot of puppies from the street and I found them homes. That's how I started.
That's really nice. My dad has also rescued a few animals. I also want to rescue animals.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, and that's pretty much how and when I met your dad, I think about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Was rescuing puppies.
But here in Singapore, there are like really, really rarely you see dogs or any other stray animals on the streets.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why are there so many street dogs in India who don't have homes?
Okay, so there are two reasons. One reason, firstly, is basically most people who want a dog end up going to a pet store to buy a dog from a breeder, right? That's one big reason. People think it's good to have breeder dogs. It's a prestige for most people. And the other reason is that a lot of dogs who are owned, they're not sterilized. People don't sterilize their pet animals. So that's why they have a lot of puppies being produced at home. They don't know what to do with these puppies who are born in the house and they end up abandoning them on the street. And that's why we have a lot of dogs in India all around.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it is.
If I had one of those non-sterilized dogs, I would take care of all the puppies it produces.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what a responsible pet owner should be doing, isn't it? But most people don't do that when they have their own, dog at home who has n number of puppies. They don't know what to do with the puppy, and they end up leaving them on the street.
I read that you don't have a shelter for the dogs you rescue. I'm curious to know where you take them after rescue.
Okay, so I don't run a shelter. Let's Live Together is the first organization in India that does not run a shelter. So that means all the puppies that we rescue, we give them off to different families like yours. And a lot of families who have children like you end up looking after our puppy. And by the time they look after our puppy, we find them their permanent home. So these are all volunteer homes that look after our puppies.
How do you know which dog on the street needs to be rescued?
Okay, that's a nice question. So Let's Live Together runs a helpline where people call saying, hey, you know what, I have 6 puppies around my house. I have 4 puppies and the mother just died. Will you help? Right? So a lot of people call saying, will you help this puppy or will you help that puppy? So what we end up doing is we prioritize and we pick up only puppies who are less than, say, a month old. And if the mother's not there and if the mother's dead, then it's those kind of puppies that we pick up.
I once fostered a pet for one night. A dog. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And how was it? Was it a big dog or was it a small puppy?
It was a few months old, just a few months.
Okay, and what happened to the puppy now?
It's with a permanent owner.
Oh, okay, that's good.
He was a really cute dog.
Don't you miss having a doggy at home?
Yeah, it was really nice.
And are you planning to ever have a doggy at home?
When I grow up, yes.
Okay, and not now?
Not now. Why don't people adopt homeless street dogs but buy them?
So in India, most people do consider street dogs or dogs that are born on the street as being unhygienic, unclean. They have a feeling that they, might spread some disease like rabies. So they are a bit scared of the dogs on the street, right? Um, and also they think that going to a pet store and buying a breeder's dog is the only way to have a dog, right? So that is why organizations like Let's Live Together, we end up rescuing puppies off the street. So what we do is when we rescue puppies off the street, we end up giving them a bath, we end up giving them their vaccinations, we make them healthy, and only then we put them up for adoption. So now people who are looking to have a dog, instead of going to a breeder or a pet store, they can come to Let's Live Together or organizations like this and adopt a homeless puppy.
So, if you find a dog on the street, you basically bring it home and give it all its all its vaccines and and give it like a nice bath and things like that, and then put it up, right?
Yes, definitely. So when we find these really small puppies without a mother, the ones who cannot survive on the street, right? Those are the ones that we rescue. So we bring them home. We make sure we first take them to the vet. They have a vet checkup done to see how their health is. And then we try and improve their health. We give them a lot of medicines and supplements. We make sure they are healthy, vaccinated. And once they're completely healthy and happy puppies, then we put them for adoption.
Do Indian street dogs make good companion animals like other pedigree dogs?
Of course, they do. There is no difference. There's absolutely no difference between a pedigree dog and the dog. Absolutely. There's no difference at all. It's just that it's very unfortunate that they are born on the street, right? But
Yeah.
otherwise they give the same amount of love and the affection. It's just that they need a chance. That's it.
Yeah. If you ever see a stray dog on the street, can you pet it?
Well, not really. Not everyone can really go pet a dog on the street unless we know how the dog is, if the dog is friendly and if the dog has a good temperament. So if, say for example, if there's an owner dog, right? Now we need to ask the owner if it's okay and the dog is going to be fine if we pet the dog. If it's a street dog, then we need to kind of take it a little slowly and make sure the dog is okay to be petted, slightly slowly make friends by giving food, and then if the dog is okay, then you can pet it, but not otherwise.
But otherwise, in things like disease and all of that, it's fine.
So it is a little difficult, but what we need to do is try and get them vaccinated. But before that, to get them vaccinated, we'll have to make friends with them. We'll have to give them food, make sure they trust us. We have to build that bond with them. And once they let us pet them, then we can get somebody like a veterinarian to come check on them and then get them vaccinated.
Where all does Let's Live Together operate?
At the moment, we operate all over Bangalore. That's it. We don't operate outside, but we do operate all over Bangalore.
Okay. What can my listeners do to help dogs and support Let's Live Together?
Okay. So if you have listeners in Bangalore, and these are people who like dogs or who've never had a dog but would want to experience having a puppy at home, they can definitely call us and sign up and they can foster the puppy for us, right? So the only way we at Let's Live Together can save more puppies is when we have more people fostering puppies for us. So that is one thing that your listeners can do. But if there are people who stay outside Bangalore and who cannot physically help us, they can definitely donate to the organization and they can get like a tax exemption on their donations as well. That will be extremely supportive and it will help us save more puppies off the street.
Dear listeners, please donate to Let's Live Together and other organizations like them so that so that street dogs which don't have homes can have homes and be taken care of.
Oh, thank you so much, Vedant.
You're welcome. What are your hobbies?
For my hobbies, gardening. I love farming. I love growing vegetables. So that's something that I try and do. We have a terrace garden at home. That's one thing I do. Yeah.
Nice. I grew some mint and bell pepper in my balcony.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah. What did you want to be as a child?
That's an interesting question. I wanted to be an IAS officer. Yeah. Nowhere close to puppies and dogs. I wanted to be an IAS officer.
Yeah. But at least you get to see lots of cute dogs every day.
Yeah, I get to save a lot of puppies. So I have, with my team now, rescued more than 4,000 puppies off the street. So yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a big number.
Yep. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thanks, Vedant. Thank you so much for having me over. And I hope you will one day maybe come back to Bangalore and foster puppies for us.
I will. I will. It's really fun.
Yeah. It was really fun talking to you as well.
Dear listeners, follow my Facebook page, Curious Vedant, to get updates on my upcoming episodes. To listen at leisure on your phone and get notified about future episodes, subscribe by searching for Curious Vedant wherever you get your podcasts, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can also listen to my show on CuriousVedant.com. Thank you for listening to Curious Vedant, and don't forget to rate and leave comments